King's Crown Shakespeare Troupe's production of Twelfth Night or What You Will. Please take this time to silence your cell phones. There will be a 10-minute intermission. Enjoy the show.
Music be the food of love. Play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came on my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough! No more. It is not so sweet now as it was before. Oh, spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou that, notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea, not enters there of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy that it alone is high fantastical. When mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, ere since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face in ample view. But like a cloistress she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
She that at the heart of that fine frame to pay this debt of love, but to a brother. How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her, when liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones, are all supplied and filled her sweet perfections with one self-king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love rich when canopied with bowers.
What country friend is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
What should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What thinks you, sailor?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance may he be?
True, madam, and to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and that poor number saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope, both teaching him the practice to a ship that a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where like Arion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfolded to my hope, or to thy speech serve for authority the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
I, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature as in name.
What is the name?
Orsino is his name.
Orsino. I've heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or it was so very late, for about a month ago. I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know what great ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love they say she hath abjured the sight and company of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I have made mine on occasion mellow what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, for she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the duke's.
There is a fair behavior in thee, captain. And though that nature with the beauteous wall doth oft close in pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I pray thee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise shall haply become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else may hap to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus,
I'm sure care is an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier a night. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why? Let her accept before accepting.
Aye, but you must confine yourself to the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too, and be they not. Let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and a foolish knight you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Oh, Sir Andrew Aguecheek.
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any's in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year and all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
5 that shall say so. He plays over the vile to gamboys and speaks 3 or 4 languages word for word without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural, for besides that he's a fool, he is a great quarreller, and but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarrelling, 'tis thought enough and prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, be drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece, I'll drink to her as long as there is drink in Illyria and passage in my throat. He's a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn o' the toe, like a parish top. Casiliano Volgo, here comes Sir Andrew Agueface.
How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir?
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good mistress accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress Mary accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And thou let part so, Sir Andrew, wouldst thou might never draw sword again.
And you part so, fair mistress, I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have you not by the hand.
Mary, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Mary, sir, now thought is free. I pray you bring your hand to the buttery barn to drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart, what's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
Dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir, I have them in my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go your hand, I am barren.
Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I'm a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would I had bestowed that time in the tongues that I had in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the arts. Faith, I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen. Or if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard by
She'll none of the Count. She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I've heard her swear it. Tut! There's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I'm a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshaws, his knight?
As any man in Illyria.
And what is thy excellence in a galliard?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
And I think I have the back trick simply as well as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before him? I did think, by the excellent constitution of thy leg, it was for
warmed under the star of the galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a flame-colored stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus. That's sides and heart.
No, it is legs and thighs. Let me see thee caper. Ha! Higher! Ha! Excellent!
You are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger. You either fear his humor or my negligence, as you call into question the continuance of his love.
Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
Thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario?
Oh, on your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Do not deny access. Stand at her doors and tell them, there thy fixed foot shall stand until thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord, what then?
Go. Then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in enuncios of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it, for they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all the semblance of a woman's part. I know thy consolation is right after this affair. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I will try my best to woo your lady. Oh, yet a bar for strife, where I woo myself would be his wife.
But when I came, alas, to fight with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive for the rain. It raineth every day.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang me for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Think that good.
We shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born of I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars. And that may you be so bold to say in your foolery.
God give him wisdom to those that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their tongues.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. It's not that as good as a hanging to you.
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage, and returning away as summer very old.
You are resolute then.
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if the one break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskets fall.
Very apt. I'll go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drink, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace and rogue, no more of that. Make your excuse wisely, your best.
Wit, and it be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools. But I, that am sure I lack thee, I pass as a wise woman. For what says Quinopolis? Better the witty fool than the foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Fellow, do you not hear? Take away the lady.
Go to, you're a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drinking and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he can, he's no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the bots remind him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If at the simple syllogism will serve, so. If it will not, what remedy? As there's no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade, take away the gentleman, take away the fool. Therefore, I say again, gentlemen, take her away.
Lady, I bade them take away you.
Misprison in the highest degree. Calculus non facit wonderfully. That is to say, I wear not the motley in my brain. Good mistress, give me leave to prove thee a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize thee for it, good Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
For want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mourn'st thou?
Good fool for my brother's death.
I think he's in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul to be in heaven, fool.
The more the fool mourning your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth she not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake her. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God send thee, sir, a speedy infirmary for the better increasing of thy folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for tuppence that you are no fool.
Ooh, how say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. Look you now, she's out of regard already. Unless you laugh, the minister occasioned her, she's gagged. I protest. I take these wise men who cross with these set kind of fools no better than the fool Zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and a free disposition is to take those things for bird bullets that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though she do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speakest well of fools. Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fie on him, he speak nothing but madman, fetch him off. Go you, Malvolio, if it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home, what you will to dismiss it. Now you see, lady, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son was a fool who sculled Job Cramer brains. For here he comes now. One of thy kin has a most weak pionater.
By mine honor, half drunk. And what is he at the gate, cousin?
'Tis a gentleman.
him a madman, and the third drowns him.
Go down and seek the coroner and let him look over my cuz. I'm afraid he's in his 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned. Go look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so. He says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post, to be the supporter to a bench. But he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
What personage in years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. As a squash is before just a peace god, or a cooling which is almost an apple, so it is with him in standing water between boy and man. He's very well favored and speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls!
Come, give me my veil, come throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
I will answer for her. Your will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me which be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. It would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I took great pains to con it. Good gentle ones, let me sustain no scorn, for I am very accountable even to the least sinister usage. Whence came you, sir? I can say little more than I have studied, and that question is out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance that you be the lady of the house, so that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. By the very fangs of malice, I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise and show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I'll forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to con it, 'tis poetical.
'Tis the more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of mood with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way. No good swabber, I'm to hull here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind, I'm a messenger.
Surely you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began so rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. But I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. Your ear's divinity to others' profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, your text.
Most sweet lady.
A most comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But, alas, we will draw back the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such one I was this peasant. Is it not well done?
'Tis excellently done if God did it all.
It is ingrained, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
Beauty truly fled. Whose nature's red and white, sweet and cunning hands have laid on. Oh, baby, you are the cruelest she alive if you take these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedule of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, every particle and utensil labeled to my will as such. Item, 2 lips, indifferent red. Item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them. Item, 1 chin, 1 neck, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. If you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves thee, oh, but such love could be but recompensed even though you are crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, groans that thunder love with sighs of fire.
Your master does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, valiant, and in the dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
But if I did love you in my master's flame with such a fire, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense, I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Halloo your name through the reverberate hills and make cababbling gossip of the air cry out Olivia. You should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, though my state is well, I'm a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. Tell him I'll know more. If you come this way tomorrow, I'll give you reason for it. Here, for your trouble, spend this for me.
I am no feed post lady, keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love makes his heart a flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. Well, I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, action, and spirit do give thee a fivefold blazon. Not too fast. Soft, unless the master were the man. Oh, how now, even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring with me, would I or not. Tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with any hopes. I am not for him. If he come this reason tomorrow, I'll give him reason for it. Hide thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I know not what, and fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force, ourselves we do not owe, for what is decreed must be, and be this so.
But when I came unto my bed, which made blow the wind and the rain, not still and truncated heads for the rain. It rained every day.
Will you stay no longer? Nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours, therefore I shall crave you your leave that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me know of you whether you are bound.
No sooth, sir, my determined voyage is mere extravagancy. And yet, I do perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, charge me in manners the rather to express myself. I'll have you know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, whom I called Roderigo. My father is that Sebastian of Madeline, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. Would the heavens have been pleased when we had so ended? But you, sir, you altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Last day.
A lady, sir. And though it was said she much resembled me, she was yet of many accounts beautiful. And though I could not, with such estimable wonder, over far believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to drown her remembrance again more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
You will not murder me for my love. Let me be your servant.
You will not undo what you have done. That is, kill whom you have recovered, then desire not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother that upon the least occasion more mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
All the gentleness of the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court. I also have very shortly see thee there. Come what may, to adore thee so that danger shall seem sport. And I will go.
When that I was and a little tiny boy with hay, and the rain, a fool and shame, was boy for the rain. It's raining every day.
Were not you even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. Might have saved my pains for taking it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you put your lord into a desperate assurance she will none of him. And one thing more, that be never so hearty to come again in his favors must be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me, I'll none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and her will is it be so returned. If you were stooping forth there, it lies in your eye. If not, let it be his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside hath not charmed her. She made good view of me indeed, so much so that as methought her eyes did lose her tongue, for she did speak in starts distractedly. She loves me. Sure, the cunning of her charm invites me in, this churlish messenger. None of my lords ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man. So, which 'tis, poor lady, she were better of a dream. Disguised. Oh, I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy it is for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we, for such as we are made of, such we be. How is Fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. Oh, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman now, alas the day, what birthless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time. Thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
And diluculo surgere, thou knowest.
Nay, by my troth, I know not. But I know to be a blade is to be a blade.
A false conclusion. I hate it. As an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our lives consist of the 4 elements?
Faith, so they say. But I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marion! I say a soup of wine!
Here comes the fool in faith.
How now, my hearts? Did you never see the picture of we 3?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
By my truth, the fool has an excellent breast. Rather than 40 shilling I had such a leg, and so sweet a breath to sing. Oh. In sooth, thou wast in very gracious fooling last night when thou spokest of Pigragromatus of the Vacians passing the equinoctial of Quibus. 'Twas very good in faith. I've sent thee 6 pence for thy leman, hadst it?
I did in Pedicos thy fertility, for Malvolio's nose is no itself. My lady has a white hand, and the Myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Excellent. Why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now, a song.
Come on. There is a 6 pence for you. Now let's have a song.
There's a kestrel of me too. If one
Would
night
you
you
have a song of good life or a love song?
A love song. A love song.
Aye, I hear not for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stand here, your true love's coming. Let him sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journeys end in lovers' meeting. Every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent good in faith.
Good, good.
What is
'cause I am true knight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious in faith.
To hear it by the nose, it is dulcet in contagion. But shall we make the welcome dance indeed? Shall we do that?
And you love me, let's do it. I am dog at a catch.
Fire lady, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave knight. Ah, I will be constrained in it to call thee knave knight.
'Tis not the first time I have constrained one to call me knave. Come, fool, begin. It begins. Hold thy peace.
I'll never begin if I hold my peace.
Good in faith. Come, begin.
Hold thy peace, thou lusty knave, lest ye seek an early grave. Throw up thy arms and drink thy way to peace, thy honor for to save. Hail, spirit of the ale, and thy lady you shall regale.
If my lady had not pulled up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Bell, lady. There dwelt a man in Babylon, lady.
True me, the knight's an admirable fooling.
Aye, he does well enough if he be disposed. And so do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more
For the
natural.
love of God, peace.
My masters, are you mad or what are you? You know, wait, manners from arts gabble like tinkers at this time of night. Do ye make an alehouse of my lady's house? They speak at your coziers catch no remorse or mitigation of voice. There's no respect of place, persons, nor time in you.
We did keep time, sir. In our catches, snack up.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself from your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Nay, good Sir
His
Toby.
eyes do show his days are almost
Is't even
done,
so?
but I shall never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
Shall I bid him go? Oh, what if you do? Shall I bid him go and spare not? Oh, no, you dare not. Out of tune, lady. Ye lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous, there will be no more cakes and ale?
Yes, by St. Anne, and ginger will be hot in the mouth too.
Thou art in the right. Go, sir, and rub your chain with crumbs. The stew of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you harbored my lady's favor, anything more than contempt would not give means to this uncivil rule. She shall know of it. By this hand!
Oh, shake your ears.
'Twere as good a deed as to drink when a man's a hungry, to challenge him to field, and then break promise with him, and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge. I'll deliver thy indignation by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the count was today with thy lady, she is much out of quiet. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nail to make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us. Tell us something of him.
Marry, sir. Sometimes he is a kind of Puritan.
Oh, if I thought that, I'd beat him like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good
The
enough.
devil a Puritan he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser, an affectionate affectioned ass that can't state without book and utters it by great swaths, the best persuaded of himself, so crammed, as he thinks, with excellencies, that is his grounds of faith that all that look on him love him. And on this vice in him will my revenge find noble cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he will find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very much like my lady or niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose, too.
He will think, by the letters that thou wilt drop, that they come from my niece, and that she is in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would make him an ass.
I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physic will work on him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third, where he will find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Penthesilea.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once, too.
Come, knight, let's to bed. Thou hadst need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for money. If thou hadst her not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come, come. I'll go burn some sap. 'Tis too late to go to bed now. Come, night. Come, night.
But when I came to Manchester,
Now, good Cesario, but that piece of song, oh, the antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passion much more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, with one verse.
She is not here, so please my lordship that should sing it.
Who was it?
Feste the jester, my lord, a fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. She is about the house.
Seek her out and play the tune a while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love in the sweet pangs of it, remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstaid and skittish in all motions else save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
Gives a very echo to the seat where love is true.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it, young though thou art, thine eye has stayed upon some favor that it loves. Has it not, boy?
A little by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
She is not worth thee, then. What years of faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven! But still the woman taken elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For, boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and born than women's are.
Well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent. Women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed doth fall that very hour.
So they are. Alas, that they are so to die, even as they to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come. That song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario, it is old and plain. The spinsters and knitters in the sun, and the free maids that weave their thread with bones do use to chant it. It is silly, sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
I prithee, sing.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath. I am slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white stuck all with you. Oh, prepare it. My part of death, no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet, on my black coffin let there be strewn. Not a friend greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to say, lay we are where sent true lover never find mine to weep
Here's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid, one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now let the melancholy god protect thee, and the tailor send thee a doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy mind is very oval. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, that their business might be everything, and their intent everywhere, for that it always makes a good boy attend nothing. Farewell.
More, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty land, the parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her. Tell her I hold as giddily as fortune, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her in attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir.
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. That some woman, as perhaps there is, hath for your love as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. Cannot love her. You tell her so, oh, must she not then be
There is no woman's sighs can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite. No motion of the liver, but the palate that suffers circuit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia.
But I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. Faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man. Perhaps were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined and thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, for indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
Died thy sister of her love, my boy?
All the daughters in thy father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye. That's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place. Bide no delay.
Come thy way, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy. You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we'll fool him black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not, it is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my medal of India?
Get ye all three to the box tree.
Malvolio is coming down this walk.
He has been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close, in the name of Justin, lie thou, for here comes his trout that must be caught particularly.
'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near that. Should she fancy it, should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it?
Here's an overweening
Oh,
rogue.
peace! Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. Look how he jets under his advanced plumes.
Why I could so beat through.
Peace, I say.
To be Count Malvolio.
Rogue!
There is example for it. The lady of the Strachey married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fine on you, Jezebel.
Oh, peace! Now he's deeply in. Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state,
Stoneboat, I hit him in the eye.
calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a day then, where I've left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone.
Oh, peace, peace.
And then to have the humor of state, and after demure travel regard, to tell them I know my places, I would they should do theirs. To ask for my kinsman Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Oh, now.
7 of my people with an obedient start pick out for him. I frown the while and perchance wind up watch. Or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Nor silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
Does not Toby take no extent?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your knees, grant me this prerogative of speech.
What? What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scoundrel! Patience! Before you break the sinews of our plots.
And besides, you waste the treasure of your time on a foolish night.
That's me, I warn you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew it was I.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
Peace. And a spirit of humor intimate reading aloud to him.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. Oh, these be her very C's, her U's and her T's. And thus makes she her great P's. And does he contempt to question her hand?
Her C's, her U's, and her T's. Why's that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Her very phrases, by your leave wax. Soft, and the impression crew Lucrece with which she uses Cecile. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be?
Oh, this wins him liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The number's altered. No man must know. If this should be the Malvolio,
Mary, hang thee rock.
I make man where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but let me see. Moai.
And yet what wind was stand with checks at?
Mouth. I make a man where I adore. Why? She make a man me. I serve her. She is my lady. This is evident to any form of capacity. There is no obstruction in this. But let me end. What should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly. M-O-A-I.
Hey, I make up that he is now at a cold scent.
Souter will cry upon it for all this, though it be rank as a fox.
Malvolio! M. Why, that begins my name.
Didn't know I said he would work it out. The cur is excellent at faults.
But then there's no consonancy in the sequel. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and had you an eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortune before you.
M bow to me. 4. Every one of these letters are in my name. So, here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee, that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wished to see thee ever across gartered. I say remember, go to, thou art made if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward, still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight in Champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point device. The very man. I do not now fool myself, let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late, and did praise my leg being cross-gartered. And in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. Oh, I thank my stars, I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the very swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be thanked you again, postscript. Thou canst not choose, but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well, therefore in my presence, still smile, dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I will not give my part of this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophie.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So could I, too.
And ask no other dowry from her but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
Here comes my noble goal catcher.
Wilt thou set thy foot o' my neck?
Nor o' mine either.
Shall I play my freedom at trade hip and become thy bond slave?
In faith, or I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true, does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and is a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If
If you will see it, follow me.
The gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too. As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her toward you.
Like, will you make an ass of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was bought. The double guilt of this opportunity, you let time wash off, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard. Unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt, either valor or policy.
And it be anyway, it must be with valor. For policy I hate. I'd as lief be a Brownist as a politician.
Why then build me thy fortunes on the basis of valor. Challenge me, the Count's youth, to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece will take note of it and assure thyself. There is no love broker in the world can more prevail in man's commendation with woman than report of valor.
There's no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Well, will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go! Write it in a martial hand. Be cursed and brief. It is no matter how witty, so it be eloquent and full of invention. Taunt him with the license of thy ink. If thou thouest him some thrice, it will not be amiss. Let there be gall enough in thy ink, though thou writest with a goose pen. No matter, about it.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubicula. Go.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I have been dear to him, some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Never. Trust me then. By all means, stir on the youth to an answer. For I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together. For Andrew, if he were opened and you found so much blood in his liver as could clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Look how the youngest read of 9 cut.
If you desire the spleen and to laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Young Gull Malvolio is turned heathen, a very renegado, for there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly can believe such impossible passages of grossness. Of yellow stocking.
And cross garter.
Most villainously, like a petty that keeps school in the church, I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
But when I came unto my bed, with day o'er the wind and the rain, with thoughts but still had drunk in head for the day. It raineth every day.
will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I cannot stay behind you. My desire more sharp than fire has sealed its firm forth. And not a love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy of what will befall your travels. Being skilless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing love, the rather of these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks. And thanks. And ever oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. But were my worth as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Let's first go see your lodging.
Oh, I'm not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I did not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count and his galleys, I did some service. Such which indeed, were I taken here, it would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew a great number of his people.
Defense was not of such a bloody nature, albeit the time and quality of the quarrel might well have proven bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying that which we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only I stood out, which if it be latched in this place, it would scarce be answered.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir. Here's my purse. In the south suburbs of the Elephant is best to lodge. I'll bespeak your diet whilst you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There shall you have me.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have wished to purchase. And your store, I think, is not for idle markets, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
But when I came to Manchester,
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. Oh, how shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than begged or borrowed. Oh, I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
he's coming, madam, but in very strange manner. He's short-possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best have some guard about you if he come, for sure the man is tainted in his wits.
Go call him hither. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness he will be. Oh, how now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady. Ho ho.
Smilest thou? I sit upon thee for a sad occasion.
Sad lady? I could be sad. This does cause some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that? To please the eye of one is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What's the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my leg. It did come to this hand and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, sweetheart.
Now, smile so and kiss thy hand so oft.
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request? Yes. Nightingales answer daws.
How I appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. Was not writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great.
Oh,
Some achieve
what
greatness.
sayest
And
thou?
some have greatness thrust upon.
Oh, heaven restore thee!
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings,
The yellow
and
stocking?
wished to see thee ever cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered?
Go to, thou art made if thou desirest to be so.
Am I maid?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Oh, this is very midsummer madness. Madam, the young gentleman of the Catarasinos has returned. I can hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure. I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? I would not have him miscarry for her the half of my dowry.
Oh, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. She sends him to me on purpose, that I may appear stubborn to him, for she incites me to this in the letter. Cast thy humble slough, says she, be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang arguments of state, put thyself into the trick of singularity, and consequently sets down the manner how, as a sad face, reverend carriage, slow tongue, in the habit of some sir of note, and so forth. I have limed her, but it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away just now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow. Not Malvolio or after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together. No dram of scruple, no scruple of scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance. What can be said? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove not eyes the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he, in the name of sanctity of all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and legion himself possessed him? Yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is! Here he is! How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private.
Oh, how the fiend speaks within him. Did not I tell you? So Toby, my lady, prays you to have a care of him.
Oh, does she now?
Go to, go to. Peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. How do you, Malvolio? How is't with you? What man? Defy the devil. Consider he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
Lie, you speak ill of the devil. How take it to heart? Pray God, he be rich.
Oh, carry his water to the wise woman.
Marion, it will be done tomorrow if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord.
Prithee, hold thy peace. Do you not see you move him? This is not the way. Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gently, gently, the fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Why, how now, my bawcock? How do you, Chuck?
Sir!
I bid thee, come with me. 'Tis not for gravity to play at cherry pit with Satan. Hang him, Valcolia!
Get him to say his prayers, but Sir Toby, get him to pray.
My prayers, minx?
On my word, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things. I'm not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
It's possible.
If this were played upon the stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius
device.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen. But see. More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. Warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
Aye. Ist. I warrant him. Do but read.
Give it me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat, that is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief, and to exceeding good sense.
Less. I will waylay thee coming home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep on the windy side of the law.
Good. Fare thee well, and may God have mercy upon one of our souls. I would he have mercy upon mine, but my hope is the better, and so look to thyself. Thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Egg-you-cheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it him.
You may soon have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew, and scout him for me at the corner of the orchard like a Bombay. So soon as ever thou seest, draw, and as thou drawest, swear horrible, for it comes to pass oft that a terrible oath with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off gives manhood more approbation than ever proof itself would have earned him. Away.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now will not I deliver this letter, for the behavior of the young gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. His behavior with his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will inspire no terror in the youth. You will find it comes from a clodhole. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, set upon Ague-cheek a notable report of valor that will so drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so fright them both that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices.
Oh, here he comes with your niece. You wait till he takes leave, then presently, after him.
I will meditate the while upon some horrible message for a challenge.
I have set too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor to encherry out.
There's something in me that reproves my fault, for such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it but mocks reproof.
The same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's grieved.
Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture, refuse it not. It hath no tongue to vex you, and come again tomorrow. What may you ask that I'll deny? That honor saved may upon asking give.
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How, with mine honor, may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Yet, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir?
This defense thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs art thou hast done him, I know not, but thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, awaits thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy tuck, be here in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
Your mistake, sir. any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear of any image of offense done to any man. You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you value your life at any price, betake him to your guard. For your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal. Pray you, sir, what is he? He is knight! Dubbed with carpet consideration and unhatched rapier. But he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3. And his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pens of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word, gift or take. I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I know of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely onto others to taste their valor. Belike this is a man of that quirk. Sir, no. His indignation derives itself of very competent injury. Therefore get you on and give him his desire. Back you shall not to the house, unless you undertake that with me, which with as much safety as you might enter him. Therefore on, or strip your sword stark naked, for meddle you must. That's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you. This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to know of the knight what my offense is to him. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose. I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return. I pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament. But nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing of such wonderful promise to read him by his form, as you are like to find in the proof of his valor. He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite you could possibly have found in any part of Illyria. Will you walk toward him? I will make your peace with him, if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I'm one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not to know so much of my mettle. Why, man, I have not seen such a devil. He's a very virago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard and all, and he gives me the stuck-in with such mortal motion that it is inevitable. And on the answer, he pays you as surely as your feet, ground they walk on. They say he has been fencer to the Sophie.
Pox on it! I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he'll not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it! And I thought he had been valiant and so cunning in fence, I would have seen him damned ere I'd have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand you here, and make good show on it. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have his horse to take up the quarrel, and I've persuaded him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited with him, and pants and looks pale, as if a bear were at his heels.
There's no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake. Mary, he hath better bethought him of his quarrel, and finds that now scarce to be worth talking of. Therefore, draw you in supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you. Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of man.
Give ground if you see him furious.
Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. He will, for his honor's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot by the duello avoid it. But he has promised me, as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on, to it.
Pray God he keep his oath.
I do assure you 'tis against my will.
for him to fy you.
You, sir! Why, what are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, then I am for you!
I must be the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, not a jot. I know thy favor well, though now you have no sea cap on your head. Come away. He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do now that my necessity makes me ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more that which I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, in part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, there's half my coffers.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you for the kindnesses I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate gratitude in a man more than lying, vainness, babbling, drunkenness, or any taint of vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Come, sir, I pray you
Let
go.
me speak a little. This youth you see before you, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved with such a sanctity of love, and to his image which methought did prove most venerable worth did I devotion.
What means that to me? The time goes by, away.
What a vile idol proves this God. Thou hast, Sebastian, on good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks or flourished by the devil.
The man goes mad, away with him. Come, come, sir.
Moving on.
Thinks his words do from such passion fly that he does believe himself. So do not I. True imagination, prove true that I, dear brother, have just now been taken for you.
Come hither, then. Come hither, Fabian. We'll whisper over a couplet or two of some sage song.
He named Sebastian. I my brother know, yet living in my class. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and still he went in this passion color ornament for him I imitate. If it prove tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
A paltry, dishonest boy, more coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity, denying him. As for his cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward. A most devout coward. Religious in it.
His lid, I'll after him again and beat him.
Do. Cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, let's see the events.
I dare lay any money 'twill be nothing yet.
When that I was and the little time before, when home, when the rain, which thing was but a toy for the rain. It rained every day.
go to, thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well held out in faith. No, I do not know you, nor not sent you by my mistress to bid you go speak with her. Nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose, neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent thy folly. He has heard this word of some great man who now applies it to a fool. Vent thy folly. This great lover the world will prove a cockney. I prithee, ungird thy strangeness and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There is money for thee. If you tarry any longer, you shall find worse payment.
By my troth, he has an open hand. These wise men that give fools money do earn themselves good report after 14 years' purchase.
Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you!
Why?
There's for you, and there, and there, and there! Are all the people mad?
Come on, sir. Hold, or I'll throw your dagger over the house.
This I will tell my lady straight. I would not be some of your coats for tuppence.
Come on, sir. Hold.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battle against him if there be any law in Illyria. Though I struck him first. There's no matter for that. Let go thy hand.
No, sir, I will not let go my hand. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron, you are well fleshed. Come on.
I'll be clear of thee.
How wouldst thou now? Thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? What? Nay, then, I must have an ounce or two of this malapert blood from you.
Hold! Toby, on thy life I charge thee, hold!
Madam?
Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached, out of my sight. Cesario, be not offended. Rudeby, be gone! Be not offended, Cesario. Let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway thee in this unjust and uncivil extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many this ruffian hath conjured up, that thou mayest smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go, do not deny. Oh, beshrew his soul for me. He started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is a dream. Let fancy still my sense and lay thee steep. Be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Come, I prithee. Oh, would thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh. Say so and so be.
When I came her last to my way home in memory, I never know.
Nay, I pray, put on this gown and this beard. Make him believe thou art Sir Topaz the curate. Do it quickly. I will call Sir Toby the Wild. Nay, I will put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it. And I would I were the first that ever dissembled myself in such a gown. I'm not tall enough to become the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good scholar. But to be said, an honest man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly to say a careful man and a great scholar.
my lady.
Out, thou hyperbolical fiend! How vexed thou this man? Talkest thou of nothing but ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Thomas, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Thomas, do not think that I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that house is dark?
As dark, Thomas.
Why, it hath many windows, transparent as barricadoes, and the clearest stories towards the south-north are as lustrous as ebony. And yet, complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Thomas. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman, thou errest! There is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say there was never man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our grandam might happily inhabit a bird?
What thinkest thou of this opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and in no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well! Thou shalt remain here in darkness, ere I will allow of thy wits and fears to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam.
Sir Thomas? Sir Thomas!
My most exquisite Sir Thomas.
Nay, I am for all waters.
Thou mightst have done without thy gown and beard. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and tell me how thou findest him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were, for I am now so far in offense with my niece that I cannot pursue with any safety this sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does. My lady is unkind, pretty. Alas, why
Fool,
is
I
she
say.
so? She loves another. Who calls, huh?
Good fool. As ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to a candle, pen, ink, and paper. As I'm a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio.
I, good fool.
Alas, how fell you besides your 5 wits?
Fool. Never was man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits fool as thou art.
But as well, then you are mad indeed if you are no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me. Keep me in darkness. Send ministers to me. Asses. And do everything they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise you what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep and leave this vain bibble-babble.
Sir Thomas.
Maintain no words with him, good friend. Who, I, sir? Not I, sir. God be with you, good Sir Thomas. Merry amen. I will, sir, I will.
Fool. Fool. Fool, I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I'm shed for speaking to you.
Good fool. Some light, paper, and ink. I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria. fool. Some light paper and ink, and convey what I will set down to my lady.
I'll help you to it, but tell me true. Are you mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
I am not. I tell thee true. Please believe me.
Nay, I'll ne'er believe a madman till I see his brains. But I will help you to light and paper and ink.
Fool. I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir. I'll be with you again. In a trice like to the old vice, your need to sustain with dagger and laugh. In his rage and his wrath, cries aha to the devil. Like a mad lad, nails, dad. And you, good man, devil.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me. I do feel it, and I do see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was. And there I received this credit that he did range to town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, and yet so far doth this accident, this flood of fortune exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with that reason that moves me to any other trust, but that I'm mad. Or else the lady's mad. And yet, if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs and their dispatch with such smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. I don't know, there's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and with this holy man into the chantry by. There, before him and under that consecrated roof, light me the full assurance of your faith, that my jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it, whiles we are willing it shall come to know, which time we will our celebration keep according to my birth. What do you say?
I'll follow this good man and go with you. And having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and let the heavens shine so they may fairly note this act of mine. When that I was and a little tiny boy, with hair all the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy for the rain. It's brilliant every day.
this letter.
That is to give a dog and in recompense desire my dog again.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friend?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good lady?
Marry, sir, the worse for my friends, and the better for my foes.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, my friends praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly I am an ass, so by my foes I learn knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused. If your 4 negatives be your 2 affirmatives, why then the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Why, this is excellent.
I might not know, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's go.
But that would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
No, you give me ill counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket for this once, and let flesh and blood obey it.
I will be so much a sinner as to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo secundo, tertio is a good play, and as the saying goes, the third is for all. The triplex, sir, is a good tripping measure, or the bells of St. Bennet might put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
You can fool no more money out of me at this throw. If you will let your lady know I am here to speak with her, and bring her with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Lullaby to your bounty until I come again. I will. But I would not have you think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it alone.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his I do remember well. Yet, when I saw it last, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A Baldwin vessel was he captain of shallow draught and bulk unprizable, with which such scatheful grapple did he make, with the very most noble bottom of our fleet, that very envy and the tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the Phoenix and her freight from Candy. And this is he that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame in state, in private bravo did he apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, and drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech on me. I know not was by distraction.
Notable pirate, thou salt-water thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies when thou, in terms so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I should take off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I admit on basin grounds enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither. The most ungrateful boy there by your side, from the rude seas and rage and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love, without retention or restraint, all his in dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure for his love, into the danger of this adverse town. Drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning, not wishing to partake with me in danger, told him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew in 20 years removed the thing while one would wink, denying my own purse which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
Speak.
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months prior, no interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven on earth, but for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord, but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam.
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario? Good my lord.
My lord would speak, my duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
Perverseness. You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul the faithfulest offerings hath breathed out, that ere devotion tendered. What shall I do?
Even when it's please my lord that shall become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian thief at point of death. Kill what I love. A savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this. Since you to non-regardance cast my fate, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and whom, by heaven I swear, I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the land that I do love to spite a raiden's heart within a dove.
I most jump adapted willingly to do you rest 1,000 deaths with them.
Where goes Cesario?
To him I love. More than I love these eyes, more than life, more by all mores than e'er I shall love wife. I do fain you witnesses above, do punish of my life for tainting of my love.
I me detested how I am beguiled.
Who does beguile you? What does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Go call forth the Holy Father.
Come, away.
Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband.
I, husband, can he that deny?
Her husband, sir?
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario, take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, then thou art as great as that thou fearest. Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence, to unfold the lately we intended to keep in darkness, but now reveals before 'tis right, what thou hast know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love. Confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me toward my grave I have traveled but 2 hours.
Dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath so to grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trick shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear, hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon, send one presently to Sir Toby.
Oh, what's the matter?
He has broke my head across and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help! I had rather than 40 pound I were at home.
Oh, who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. He took him for a coward. He's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman Cesario.
Lots riflings, there he is! You broke my head for nothing. And that I did, I was set on to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me, but I bespake you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you set nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more. But if he had not been in drink, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen? How is with you?
That's all one. He has hurt me, and that's the end on it. Saw it, did see Dick Surgeon saw.
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby, an hour agone. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Then he's a rogue, and a passive measures paving. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him. Who hath made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead, a coxcomb, a knave, a thin-faced knave, a go.
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
I am sorry, my lady, I have hurt your kinsman, but had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me. By that I perceive I have offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One voice, one face. Did not?
Antonio. Oh, my dear Antonio, have hours of racked and tortured me since I have lost thee.
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made a division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is no more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor is there that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister once, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what relation are you to me? What countryman, what name, what parents?
Of Madeline. Sebastian was my father, such as Sebastian was my brother too, so went he to his watering tomb. Spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. As the rest goes even, hadst thou been a woman, I shouldn't let my tears fall upon your cheek and say, thrice welcome, child Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
Died the day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
The record is lively in my soul. He indeed finished his mortal act on the day that made my sister 13 years.
Nothing less to make us happy both but this, my masculine usurped attire. Do not embrace me till each circumstance of time, place, fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola. Of which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain, where lies my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All of the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
What is it, my lady? You have been mistook. But nature and her bias drew that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and a man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have shared in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and those swearings keep as true in soul as doth the orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me on shore hath my maid's garments. He, upon some action, is now in durance at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady.
Oh, he shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. Oh, and yet, alas, now I remember me, they say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. Most distracting frenzy of mine own, from my remembrance clearly vanished his. How does he, lady?
He holds Beelzebub at stave's end, as any man in his case may do. Has he written a letter for you? I should have given it to you today morning, but as madman's epistles are no gospels, so skills it not much when they are read.
Open it and read it.
Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord!
Come now! Art thou mad?
No, madam, I do but meet madmen. And your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow.
Please, read it thy right wits.
So I do, madam. To read in thy right wits is to read it thus. Therefore, proclaim, my princess, and lend ear.
Read it you, Fabian. By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio. Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
This savors not much of distraction.
Bring him hither, Fabian. And now, Lord, so please you, to think me on more sister as
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be called your master's mistress.
Oh, a sister, you are she.
Is this the madman?
Oh, I the very same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse this letter. You must not now deny that is your hand. Write what you can in hand or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, nor your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then in the modesty of honor, and tell me why you have given me such clear lights of favor. Made me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings and frown on Sir Toby and the lighter people, and, acting this in an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark room, visited the priest, and made the most notorious Gekken gold that e'er adventure played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Though I confess, much like the character, but out of question, 'tis Mariah's hand. And yet, now I do bethink me, 'twas she first told me thou wast mad, and then camest in smiling, and in such forms for here presupposed upon me in the letter. Prithee, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and the authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause. Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brawl to come taint the condition of the present hour, which I have wondered at, in hope it shall not most freely, I confess, myself and Toby, set this device against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Mariah writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, and recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed. Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled thee.
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness rust upon them. I was once, sir, in this interlude, a one Sir Topaz, sir, but that's all one.
By the Lord, fool, I'm not mad.
But do you remember? Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal? And, smile not, she's gagged. And thus, the whirligig of time brings his revenges.
Go be revenged on the whole pack of you!
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known and golden time convinced, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come. For so you shall be while you are a man, and when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
A great while ago the world began, with hey ho, the wind and the rain, but that's all done, our play is won. not free for us. Things like
Yellow stockings.
spears. That was
Fake
your
swords.
Fake swords. All cost real money.
So in a moment, our actors are going to come forward, and if you could open your hearts,
And more importantly, your wallets.
we would really appreciate